Hi, Harley and Albie. I miss you so much and I love you so much. I can't wait to get together. I thought I'd do a little thing for you most days to help with your learning. And do you remember when I flew with Father Christmas at Christmas, delivering all the parcels all over the country, all over the world? So I thought, now I've got my voice back, I could do you a few minutes because I was going to do this much sooner at Christmas for you, but I haven't had my voice. So now that it's back a bit, I'm going to be doing a little video each day, just 5 minutes of the basic things of each country that I went to, just so that, well, Mummy can always put on telly a little bit more afterwards so that you get to understand more about that country. But first off, I'm going to start with France. As you know, Nanny and Grandad go there most years for the last few years. We love it in the motorhome. But that was the first country we flew to from here, and that's probably because it's the closest. So it's only 45 minutes on the Eurotunnel from Dover, under the sea, and then we get off at Calais. And then you're in France, and that's North France. And North France is similar weather to here. It's not hot unless it's hot here generally. So you have to go all the way down south. So people that live in the north of France are generally paler skinned like us. But of course they talk French, and the most popular word you should know is bonjour, and that is hello in French. They use the euro coin, so it's euro money, which most places in Europe use. UK aren't in euro anymore, so we don't use that, and we never did even when we were in euro. We have a pound rather than euro money. So that's a little bit about the currency, what they like to eat. So they like to eat frog's legs, and snails, But actually, I tried snails. I've not tried the frog's legs, but I've tried snails, and they do it in garlic, and it's really nice. I'm trying to think what it kind of tastes like, but a bit like a chicken Kiev, I suppose, but having tiny bit of chicken Kiev, and you have to fish it out of the snail shell with a pin. So, yeah, but they're really nice. And the south of France is really hot generally, and people tend to be a bit darker skinned down in the south of France. The country itself is really vast. You've got lots of countryside, so there's lots of vineyards, and they grow vines and grapes for wine, so they're famous for their wine. And there's lots of little villages scattered all over the place, so they don't tend to have big towns like this other than Paris, which is the capital of France. And you may have seen the Eiffel Tower. If not, ask Mummy to show you a picture. The Eiffel Tower is in the capital of France. It's a beautiful lit up tower that lights up at night, and lots of people like to go and visit it. So other than the capital, really, you've got lots of smaller kind of villages. The roads are much clearer than what they were here. Our roads up there were busy even like through the night, but in France they weren't busy at all. Really nice for cycling, lots of nice canals to cycle along, and nice country roads, very pretty, and the coastline very pretty too. So lots of fresh food and vegetables they use in their supermarkets. What else can I tell you? Chateaus. Oh, there is so many castles in France. There's loads of castles in France, and a lot of the English have gone over and actually renovated the castles and lived there, and then rent them out, you know, like make them into hotels, things like that. So that's quite popular in France. So what else can I tell you? So we've got little villages. I've told you all about that, and of how long colder. Oh, I know there were some really important things. Oh, I'm sure there's. Oh, yes, the most important thing. If you heard about D-Day, you must have spoke about it at school, I would have thought. And we got VE Day coming up on Friday, which is a big celebration because of the 75 years since we become victorious in Europe. And that was all like our granddads, like great granddad Tuppin, which your mum can tell you about, which is my dad. fought in the war to save our country from the Germans. And France played a big part in this, and they helped out a lot. And so we travelled over there on D-Day. It's lots of big boats where all the soldiers jumped off into the beaches, and thousands of soldiers died doing this. But it was a shock to Germany, and France were able to come together with England and take over France, because Germany had taken over France and pushed Germany out. And so we won back France. So they were really grateful to us for that. So there's a bit about France. Maybe Mummy can show you the French flag, which is red, white and blue stripes, and ask her if there's anything else you want to know, then maybe you could look up. So that's a little bit of learning for you that I thought would be a bit of fun. I love the two of you, and can't wait to be playing guitar together. And I'll do another video on Spain tomorrow. Okay, bye.